Hi Tarot friends, it's Jade here with Tarot Your Truth. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's the first time you're coming to visit me. Today's video we are going to do a walkthrough. I call it an unboxing, except I've taken everything out of the box already. So we're going to do a walkthrough of the Beautiful Creatures Tarot. This is the second edition by J.R. Revera, with the artwork by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. Now this is a deck that I think I looked at from the first the first time that I started thinking about tarot, and I don't know, like for some reason I just never hit that buy button, but I've been drawn to it, and lately I was thinking about it again, and I ended up picking it up. So it comes in this this lovely box. It has won multiple awards. Part of what draws me to it is Jasmine Beckett Griffith's artwork. I think that's a huge part of it for me. Anyway, it comes in this beautiful box, and the cards come. I'm not crazy about how this happens, but I understand why they did it. But the cards come half in one slot, half in the other, and then the book fits on top. They would have had to make the box bigger, obviously either deeper or longer, in order to accommodate the deck as just one block, and then also fit the book in there. And I'll show you those in just a second. So I really like that box. Okay, the book. We'll look at the book. Sorry about the shaking here. We'll look at the book super fast. I'm gonna try to do this. Okay, and you don't need to see my garbage can. Okay. This is the book, so same as the cover. And I love how they have it laid out. There's a full color image of each card. The title, of course, they do go sequentially by suits. You have a little blurb on what the card is. You get a keyword, and then it tells you what's sort of happening in the specific card with the image, and then it gives you an upright as well as a reverse meaning. So that's for the minor, so you get one page for each minor. If we go to the majors, you get a full color illustration of the card, which I love also. And you get a full page. Do we get more than one page? No. So you get a full page on the meaning of that card as well. So exact same setup. At the beginning of the book, we have a dedication, some acknowledgements, some little poems there. So you do get a bunch of, actually quite a few spreads. I haven't seen this before, but yeah, 15 pages worth of tarot spreads. And the foreword, by the way, is by Barbara Moore. So we've got shows you the layout and what the card meanings are. Oh, there's a little bit of astrology in here as well. I know nothing about astrology, so this will be great. And I should mention that there are 2 bonus cards. The first one is called You Are One. The keyword is authenticity. And the second one is called The Paranormal. The keyword is curiosity. I did read the little blurb on this, and the bonus cards are sort of a thank you for following them and for buying the deck. And what they do say about these bonus cards is that, I mean, they've definitely provided some meanings for the cards, and you can obviously feel free to use those. You can feel free to take them out of the deck completely if you want. But the other way that you can use these is for this card, that you are the one to represent the querent in your reading, and you can use the paranormal or curiosity as representing the situation in a particular deck. Okay, so you do you. You can do what works for you. Let's look at the cards. This is a fairly thick deck, so it has purple edging, shiny purple. This one here is my Mermaid Tarot, just to show you the thickness, so you can see there the difference in thickness and also the size. So they're about an inch wider and almost about half an inch, maybe a little bit less, longer. All right, these are the backs. So they are, of course, reversible. I love this. So this is brand new. I did shuffle them a couple of times, but actually did put them back in order just because I was looking at every card anyway. But you can see that the purple glitter, not purple glitter, the purple edging has chipped off a little bit already, and that came straight out of the box. I suppose, I don't know, it just looks a little bit worn. I suppose that I could send this back, but I can't be bothered, especially I don't want to go to the post office during these times. All right, so I'm gonna show these. Let me adjust the light. Okay. And make this just a bit bigger. Okay. So we start with the swords. They don't call it the ace, they call it the one. The keywords are down at the bottom. I'm totally drawn to this art, I have to say. She does not look happy. So she has something going on in her hand. I'm not sure what that is, but I'll have to read about that. I think I'm going to do this way. Interesting, there's two of them. The queen, the king. Okay. Moving on to the cups, the ace, the two. So it is interesting. I was commenting on someone's Facebook post today. They were asking about beginner decks, and while I firmly believe that regardless of where you are in your tarot journey, whether you're brand spanking new and haven't purchased your first deck yet, or whether you have 100 decks, oh, that's interesting. 9 of Wands. Wow, I'll have to have a look at that. I'm a firm believer that you really should go with a deck that that calls to you. And so if this deck spoke to you, we're at the Pentacles now. If this deck really speaks to you, then, you know, go ahead and get it. It's just that it doesn't have all the symbols that the standard Rider-Waite-Smith deck would have, which is fine. What I found to be useful is to, because if my first deck was not, it wasn't this one, but it was the Tarot de la Nuit, also not a standard Rider-Waite-Smith deck. I couldn't stand that deck for multiple reasons. But I ended up buying one anyways, just so that when I laid out a particular card, like this Queen of Pentacles, and I can also lay out the Queen of Pentacles from the Rider-Waite-Smith deck and compare and contrast and see what the symbols were and what was required. So we're now on the major arcana. So there's the Fool, the Magician. I don't know, both of those look, to me the Fool is someone who's just gonna jump. She looks a little bit too serious. And the Magician, to me, is either a trickster or someone who can manifest things and has the power. And she looks a little bit too nervous. That is just based on just my initial reaction to those cards. But I am going to read the book for this. I always like to know what the creators intended for their cards to mean. This is cool. She has a lot of henna. I imagine that's henna on her body. I'll have to look into what those details are. Okay, there's another figure here. I hadn't even noticed that. Oh. Lots of stuff in these. I'm gonna have to spend some time with it. So cute. The Wheel. I think that's the card that is on the box. The Hanging One. The Cheshire Cat. Temperance. I love me some champagne. Okay, so they've renamed some cards. So the Habit would be typically the Devil, which makes sense, right? And Decadence, Abruption, that would be the Tower. Interesting. Star, the Moon, the Sun. Oh, Judgment. Interesting. The World. And then we come to the two bonus cards. So this is the Paranormal, which you can also use as, well, you can use it as is, or you can use it to represent the situation. And You Are the One, which represents authenticity. So there you have it. How does it shuffle? Let's see. So my hands, I have kind of small hands. I have a hard time. Like, this is really stretching my hands, but I can definitely do it. I can't riffle. Let's try that again. I can't ruffle them. They're too big for my hands. But I can do this. Let's see here. Okay, so doing it from the corner wasn't so bad. So I'm going to pull one card to represent my relationship with the deck. One card to represent my relationship with the deck, please. represent my relationship with this deck? One more. Okay. Oi, oi, oi. Okay. The Five of Cups. All right, interesting. So, we have some ravens or crows. I can't actually tell for sure based on their tails, because one looks like it's a bit pointed and the other one doesn't. So she certainly doesn't look happy. The vibe I'm kind of getting this. So again, my question was, or not the question, this card is supposed to represent what my relationship with this deck will be. And to me, it's kind of says about, being a little bit nervous, being, maybe it's gonna pull out some things I'm not quite ready for, perhaps. Yeah, just that's what I get is the word nervous. A little bit nervous. I'm nervous about using this deck. I don't know why, but anyways, let's see what the book says. I certainly don't get what the regrets. I don't get the feeling of regret. I don't know. Maybe it's telling me I'm gonna regret buying this deck. I don't know. All right, so I've seen you crying over regrets, and this is worthless. You must learn that what's done is done and can't be undone. Okay. A remorseful raven fairy sits at the top of a cathedral, remembering oh so many past mistakes. She participated in hurtful things without thinking. She said bad words to her parents and friends. She lied to her siblings and boyfriend. She was rude to her guests and mean to her pet. This creature knows very well what she's done can no longer be undone, and regretting it will only make matters worse, leaving her devastated and restless for a long time. In a reading, this card represents wasting precious time and obsessing over something that can't be fixed. Sorrow is taking over and preventing you from moving on. You try to reflect on the errors that you've made, but know that you can't change anything. Reliving and rethinking past mistakes will only hurt you, which at times you feel entitled and inclined to feel. It is time to be strong and learn to let go and move on. So the card can also imply learning to both accept mistakes and learn from them. Once the lesson is realized, you will be at peace with yourself and others. You've renewed your faith and beliefs and paved the way to brighter days. Interesting. So the reason this is, oh man, this is definitely resonating with me. So I feel like I was just called out of it because I do have a personality where I'm constantly, like, when something didn't go as planned, I'm constantly thinking about it, constantly reliving it, constantly thinking about what I could have done better. And so maybe this is maybe this deck is going to help me to move past that and actually learn. So instead of obsessing over what could have gone better, or how things went, I can start using this deck more to think about how I could do things better the next time, how I could improve, how I can move on from the situation, take the lessons learned and move on. Interesting. Wow. Well, there you have it. That is the Beautiful Creatures Tarot. I'm really glad I got this deck. And I'll report back once I start using it, but I'm thinking that I'm gonna really enjoy it. All right, so that is it, my friends. Sorry, this was a bit of a longer review, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, it would be really great if you could hit that like and subscribe button at the bottom of the screen, and that way, and also the notification bell, so you'll know when I post additional videos. So until next time, bye-bye.